Hello there, everybody. My name is Lunar of Lunar Witch Stitchery. My pronouns are they, them, and I hope that you are all doing great today. I have been struggling to get this Flosstube filmed tonight. 5 billion things are going wrong, and it's been really annoying to get everything set up to do this. So please excuse me. There is a chance that I might have some audio issues in this video, so if that's the case, I'm really sorry. Sometimes I have problems with my audio program on my laptop when my laptop is being dumb, and it is being very dumb today. So if that happens, I will just cut to using the audio from my camera, which is not as good, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. Like I said, though, I hope that you guys are all doing well. Besides all of my filming difficulties tonight, I'm not doing too bad. I have some really exciting things to share with you all today, so I hope you're excited because I'm excited. Today's episode shouldn't be nearly as long as my last one, so I'm anticipating this will actually be a bit of a shorter episode. As always, I will be starting off with a catch-up life update type thing. I feel like it helps give some context for the rest of what I talk about, so if you're not about that life and you don't want to listen to me talk about personal stuff, you can always just skip ahead in the video bar to my actual whip stuff. So we haven't been up to all too much, honestly, lately. The only big thing that really happened was Ruben, my partner, his birthday was on the 5th of June. He turned 27, so we just spent a day hanging out, making food. It was pretty fun. We did like a little charcuterie board type thing. I made him a strawberry shortcake. And then I got him the new Zelda game for his birthday, so he has been playing that an awful lot. I would say probably for the past week I've been really low energy. So this isn't like diagnosed because my doctor, this is TMI, I really don't need to share this. My doctor will not diagnose me with this, but I'm pretty sure that I have chronic fatigue syndrome. I literally have every single textbook symptom. And we did some blood tests a while ago to check and see if it was like my thyroid or something else, leukemia, and all that stuff came back negative. But my doctor still won't give me the chronic fatigue syndrome diagnosis. I'm not really sure why. But I am 90% sure that that is what I have. And my symptoms have been rough this week. One of them is obviously there's the fatigue and stuff, which I mentioned, but one of the others is joint pain and tenderness, and my joints have been horrible this week. It no matter what position I'm in, they are just aching, and it's getting a little bit better. It was really bad midweek last week. But it makes doing everything difficult. It makes household chores difficult. It makes stitching difficult, my job, all of that. So yeah, that's been really fun. And I have my IBS acting up and all this other stuff. So I've just been very tired and not feeling very well, but I have still been stitching a fair bit, and like I said, I have some really exciting things to show you all. That's literally all I have for my life update this time. We haven't really done much, like I said, so let's get into the whip update. So today I have 4 projects that I'm going to be showing to you, and you will never believe it, but I actually have not 1 but 2 finishes, which is insane. I've been on Flosstube since March of 2022, and I have up until this point had exactly 0 actual finishes. I've done some really small 20 by 20 stitch size things, but these are real actual things that I've finished. So let's get started. This has cat hair all over it. Oh my god. So, the first thing that I finished this not too long after my last Flosstube update. I think I had around 800 stitches left on it, and I was like, I want this out of here. So I finished my fox cross stitch, and this is actually fully finished now. I've also painted the hoop black. So this is by Llama Cross Stitch on Etsy. This is stitched 3/1 on 14 count Aida. I finished it in the hoop. I'm pretty sure this is a 14-inch hoop, if I'm not mistaken. Either 12 or 14, but I'm pretty sure it's 14. And yeah, this is about 9,900 stitches, and I started it technically like July of 2021, but I only put in a couple hundred stitches, and then I didn't touch it again until February of 2022. So it took me, a little over a year of on and off work. As I've said before, this was actually going to be a gift for somebody who isn't really like in my life anymore, to the capacity that I would give them something that took so much labor. So after some deliberation, I actually decided that I'm going to be giving this to my best friend Lexi. We just helped them move out of a not great living situation, which is awesome that they're in a new place. But they have a little bit more wall space to decorate, and I was like, well, I have this fox that I'm not doing anything with. And Lexi was like, well, he's a very handsome lad. So yes, this is going to be going to Lexi, who I know will love and appreciate it. And yeah. Oh, this is where it was the last time you guys saw it. So you can get an idea of how much work I actually did on it, which was quite a bit. So a couple other things about this. One, I did wash and iron this piece. This piece was girded before with a water-soluble marking pen, and I think in the future I would not use that again. I don't know if you guys are gonna really be able to tell in this lighting, but there's like some areas where the pen didn't really wash out all the way, and it kind of just yellowed instead of going away. And I did like soak this piece for quite some time, like 20 minutes or so. So I don't really know what's up with that. I mean, like, the majority, it's not bright blue anymore, so that's really what I care about, I guess. But I'm kind of disappointed with how it performed. I also ironed this with steam. So like if the washing didn't take the pen out, that should have also, and it just remained. So I don't know what the deal is with that. I think that kind of pen might be better on projects that are finished in a shorter time frame, because that pen was on there for almost 2 years. So yeah. And then for finishing, you guys can, maybe you can see, this is actually hot glued. I'm gonna clean up the edges just a little bit more before I give it to Lexi. But obviously it's gonna hang on the wall like this, and you're not really gonna see the back or any of this edge. But how I do my framed in hoop things, put them in the hoop, and then I hot glue the actual piece to the inner hoop, cut off all the excess, and then I take some like quilting cotton or whatever, cut it roughly to size, and then I glue it to the outer hoop. And I do like tuck the edge in so it's not just like a raw fabric edge. So this won't fray. It also won't come loose in the hoop because it is glued in place. I like to do it this way, one, because it's a lot faster than hand sewing for me personally, and two, if something happens and this piece needs to be washed a second time or refinished for any reason, it's pretty easy to rip hot glue out. So that's why I'm not using like, I don't know, super glue or something, something more permanent than hot glue. So that's my reasoning. But yes, I am so thrilled to have this out of here. I believe I actually I believe I finished this before the end of May. So that's why I had enough time to actually, FFO this instead of just having it loose. So yeah, I'm really, really proud. And again, I think this looks beautiful. I did think about keeping it for myself, but it just doesn't really fit like the aesthetic of our house. So I wasn't sure where it would go. So yes, that's my first finish. My second finish, this one I did actually tease in a community tab post recently. So some of you guys might already know what this is. And I kind of just showed it because I suck. This is my Noah's Ark Precious Moments piece. This piece is a birth commemoration piece for me. So that made it kind of interesting to work on. But basically what happened with this is my mom's cross stitch. She started it before I was born. And then as time went on, she has really bad eyesight. And she just ended up not being able to really stitch anymore. She didn't have time for it. It was really hard on her eyes. But she did finish basically all of the full cross. So she had all of the back stitching left and just like some full cross here and there. It was mainly like the inside of some of the animals' eyes and a couple other just like little details that hadn't been done yet. So I think it was 2021 December, she asked me if I would finish this piece for her, and I said yes. But I didn't actually start it until last July or June. I should have my cards here. This is literally why I made these. Okay. So here's my info card for the Precious Moments piece. This was started July 3rd of 2022. And by started, I mean that's when I started it. So, yes. Anyway, here is where I was at the last time you guys saw it. And then here is it finished. Hooray! I literally can't see my camera, so I hope that you guys can see most of that. So I worked mainly on this side. I would say I had maybe like a third of it to do. And I don't know what overcame me, but I was just like, I'm finishing this piece. I'm doing it. So I drove myself crazy for like 5 days working on this. And yeah, we did it. This has been washed and ironed. There is some staining around the very edge. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. That's not from me. That was there when I got it, and it would not come out. And then there's also a few issues with tension because my mom stitched this in hand. And so there's a few places where it's not really laying flat, but once this is going to be framed. So once this is all stretched over some foam core, I don't really think that there will be a problem. I would say probably the worst thing ever to work on was these fish at the bottom. They were one of the last few things I worked on, and when I got down there, I was so ready to be done, and there was just so many mistakes in the fish in the full cross. And yeah, the stitches back there were really thick, so it was really hard to get my needles through, and it was just an awful time. I hated it, but they are done. A couple other things. There are 2 whole beads. They're on the monkey's little drinks. I pulled those from my stash. They're not the called for beads. I didn't want to buy the called for beads because it's literally 2 singular beads. So these are actually for Princess Serenity. And I was like, you know what? She'll be fine without two beads. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that she only uses a few of this color anyway. So yes. And then up here at the top, trying not to get my mic, I have my information stitched in. This is a backstitch font. It is 1 stitch wide and 2 stitches tall, and I got this off of somebody on Etsy. This pattern doesn't come with like a font or anything charted because like it's just supposed to be blank up there. So I just winged it because that was literally the last thing I had to do. My mom only requested that I put my name, weight, and length in there, and then I was like, it feels weird to not have my birthday. So I added that, and it's kind of bothering me that they're not all aligned. But this was literally the very last thing that I was doing, so I was like, I just want this to be done. So there's a chance that I might pull some of that back stitching out and redo it. And then I did stitch, oh my god, a little signature down here. So my mom's name is Michelle, so that's her and my initials, and then the years, because this took my whole life to finish. So that is this. Yeah, I think that's everything. I haven't told my mom yet that I finished this. I'm really hoping to surprise her with it at some time. I think it would be really cool to have it framed up for her. But I'm kind of like torn on that because I know that she would want it matted, and I have no idea like what style or color she's thinking for that. I'm not really that into mattes. So I was like, oh, yeah, I can just frame it really quick. And then I was like, oh, hold on, she's going to want like all this fancy stuff with it. So I don't know. I was thinking of framing it myself because that's something that I like, but I don't know. So I think this is going to sit around for a little bit. So now that that one is finished, finally, I do have a piece that I need to start and finish. This is going to be for my sister. Again, this is one that my mom picked out, and then she never started because she never finished my Noah's Ark one. So this one is a lot more low-key than mine. It is like I have to separate all that floss out, which is annoying. I can't remember the last time I stitched from a kit like this and had to separate floss, so that's going to be fun. If you guys have any tips for that, please let me know. I think it's been about 10 years since I've had to do that, so but yeah, this one I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break from the baby stitching because this is very much not my style, and I really drove myself to the brink of insanity by finishing that Noah's Ark piece in like 4 days. So I don't think you guys will see this one for a little bit, but I am hoping to have this started and finished by the end of the year. I really want to give both of these pieces to my mom for like Christmas or something. So yeah. Okay, next up are just some whips. These are some folks that you're very familiar with. So first up we have Princess Serenity. This is charted by Make It Pink, original art by Hannah Alexander. This is where she was at the last time I showed her on Flosstube. And this is where I got to this time. I did move my Q-snap, as you guys can see. And then I just did a little bit of work over here. Yeah. I think I spent like 1 or 2 nights very casually working on this. One of my acquaintances in the Make It Pink stitching group had a finish recently, and it really made me want to work on Serenity. But spoilers, I'm kind of behind on my Dark Queen, and so when I was working on Serenity, I was like, oh, I should really be working on my Queen right now. Like, she's really close to being done. Like overall, like the sal ends in like July or August. So, I should really be working on her. I have a lot of over one skin to do. So I didn't work on her as much, but, I did still put a little bit in on her. I do have a picture of her, like, that I took when she was off the Q-snap. And it was actually so satisfying for me to see, how big she was, because I guess, I don't know, it's kind of different to see it all together in person. So that is what she's looking like at the moment. She's so long. The very middle point of her pattern is around here, the bottom of that arm drapey thingy. So she's a very long girl, very, very long. Most of the pattern is her dress. So once I'm done with that, which I am coming to the end of her dress, I think it's going to go a lot quicker aside from all the over one skin I have to do, which is not near as much as some other pieces, but it still takes me a while. So yes. This is being done on 36 count linen in the color Aphrodite from Under the Sea Fabrics. I am truly really excited to see Serenity done. So I just need to like work on her. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Somebody's setting off like firecrackers outside. That's really annoying. Serenity is currently at 32.07%. I don't think that's much of an increase from last time. I can't really remember what she was at. The last piece I have for you guys today, this is my Dark Queen of the Earth. You saw this coming. Just a quick warning. I am stitching the topless version of the queen, so if you do not want a bare chest on your screen, even though it is like a cartoon chest, I will leave a time in the video bar so you can just click past that and skip to the rest of my video. So here is where she was the last time I showed her on Flosstube, and this is where she's at now. I have done an awful lot of over one stitching, if you guys can tell. So I did finish this arm here. It goes all the way down into the tree trunk, and then the other arm kind of comes out straight out this way, and it's going to merge with the branch right there. So I still have like an entire arm left. So after I moved my Q-snap, I was like, I think I need a break from doing her skin. So I went up and did this orb, which is part of the most recent release, which I think is part 10, I'm pretty sure. So yes, for this, the light yellow in here, I did sub in the Petite Treasure Braid Silk Lame instead of, I think it's 743 is what's called for. I just want it to be sparkly and pretty. So there was already Silk Lame being used in the little specks around the orb. So I was like, why is the orb itself not sparkly and pretty? So yeah, I just decided to sub that in, and there's going to be a larger orb down here as well. And I'm going to be doing the same for that one as well. I also did that for her eyes. I subbed in the Silk Lame instead of the 743, so I think it kind of ties things together. I just like it like that. So yeah, I'm so in love with her. I think that she's looking amazing. I'm really happy with how the over one skin is looking. We still have not gotten the hair pack, and it's just for colors, I believe, like hair colors. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be stitching the charted red hair, but I just want to see like other options before I stitch that, because it's quite a bit of stitching, and it would be really sad if I did it and then was like, oh, but I actually want it to be a different color. So that's why I have not done her hair yet, and as well as the back stitching on her face and flowers. I just don't want the back stitching to get in the way when I do the hair, so I will do the back stitching later. I did also leave a spot, I don't know if you guys can see, a spot on her chest open. That was supposed to be this dark green color from her neck thing, but I'm actually going to plonk a bead in there. I just think it would look cool, so that's why that little spot is open. Yeah, I think that's all I have for her. I've just been trucking away. I did a ton of her in one sitting the other day. I think I did like 700 or 800 stitches, and they were all over one. And then I went over and did this orb as well. So it was a lot, but yeah, I'm really enjoying her. I'm gonna be kind of sad when the sal is done, but I'm also really excited for her to be finished and in the house somewhere. If you guys are wondering, I am planning to do the Dark Queen of the Seas soon, question mark. I think I'm planning to ask Ruben if he would pay for me to kit it up for like my Christmas present. Because then I'll have enough time. Like if the sale ends in like August or whatever, I'll have time to decompress and like be done with stitching a queen for a little bit before I go back to it with the Dark Queen of the Seas. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Haul, I don't really have much to talk about here. I do have one like thing, but it's not here at the moment. So this is actually a new edition as of today. Today is Sunday the 11th. By the way, you guys should be seeing this on the 12th, I'm hoping, fingers crossed. But anyway, I was minding my own business on Facebook.com, and Gecko Rouge, they often will post like, hey, here's all the kits we sent out today. And I happened to see this beautiful kit. If you guys don't know, this is from a video game called Okami. Okami is probably in my top 3 favorite video games of all time, right next to Pokemon Emerald and Stardew Valley. I love Okami, and it's actually kind of difficult to find, like, I don't know, stuff from Okami. It is a Nintendo game. It was produced by a third party, but it originally came out for the Wii and the PS2. But I would say it is largely known for being a Nintendo game because the Wii used motion controls, and a lot of the game has to do with drawing stuff. I'm like going off on a tangent here. Sorry, I really like this game. But I saw this kit and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe Gecko has an Okami kit and I've never seen it before. So I immediately went to Gecko Rouge, their website, and I was looking for the artist, and I found that this artist also has a Howl's Moving Castle pattern that's really, really pretty. And then there was another pattern called The Pack on there by that artist that I had been eyeing already. So I really wish I had looked at this artist's work when that The Pack kit was released, because I would have seen this Okami kit a lot sooner. But yeah, I did buy it. That's what this is leading up to. I did buy the kit. I got it 28 count 1/1, which was around like 55 pounds and before shipping. And I still had a voucher on hand. I'm a Gecko Gold member. So I had a 60-pound voucher from April, and I had been planning to save it till the end of the year. I would get another 60-pound voucher in October. I was going to use them both at the same time and get like a more expensive kit, but I was like, I just want this kit right now. I love it so much. So I decided to use my voucher on that. I ended up just paying like 10 pounds for shipping pretty much, which was really awesome. So that is on the way. Gecko usually takes like 3 to 4 weeks to like make the kits. So that will be a little bit before it actually shows up, and then I'm not sure when I will be starting it. It is a bit smaller of a piece compared to some of my other full coverage, so yeah, we shall see. As for plans, I'm trying to catch up on my queen. We only have 2 drops left. One of them is going to be all backstitch and beads. That's going to be the very last one. So really we only have like one meaty drop left, and then we've got the finishing touches at the end. So we are really close to being done, and I would like to be able to finish. So yes, I will be working on her. Like I was talking about, I also really want to work on Serenity. I really want to see her done. My original goal was to have her done by like July. That's definitely not happening, but I would like to give her some good love. I also did decide that I will not be doing a mid-year whip parade this year. Last year I think I posted one at the end of June, beginning of July. But because I just posted my May Stravaganza thing, which was literally basically a whip parade, I don't think there's going to be enough progress on my pieces to really like be worth doing a mid-year whip parade. So you guys will not see another whip parade from me until the end of this year, probably mid to late December. So I didn't see any comments that were like, we really want you to do a mid-year whip parade. So hopefully that is fine with you guys. I figure that it will be. That is all I have today. This episode turned out to be like average length anyway, despite me saying I thought it would be shorter. I appreciate you all so much. And I will talk to you later. Bye.